So I've worked with over 200 online coaches at this point in time, and I've seen distinctly there's a mindset that will absolutely plague you and guarantee your failure as an online coach. So I'm going to reveal what that is in this video, so you can avoid it. And if this is you, like, you need to change this ASAP, or else you're screwed. You're not going to make it. So it's all centered around this concept I call interpretation awareness. Interpretation awareness. So what is this? You see, there's only one thing in this world that you truly control. One thing. And that is your interpretation. That is your view, your perspective towards things. All right, it's subjective. It's your choice. And so let me give you a few examples here on how this will absolutely plague you and make you fail as an online coach. So, there's an example of, on a sales call, for example, you can have a prospect who's asking certain questions. So, for example, they could be in the discovery, asking questions, trying to move along the process of like, hey, man, could you tell me like what your price is, or how's the process work? Very early on in your discovery process of the sales call, and you might take this, you might interpret this as, this is a bad lead. They're not serious. They just want to know the price. There's no chance they're going to sign up. That could be your interpretation. You could choose to interpret the situation in that manner. And when you choose that interpretation, what happens? Your beliefs drive certain actions. And so if I believe, hey, this lead has no chance of closing, I'm not going to put much effort into this call anymore. I'm just going to quickly, here's a price. Here's basically what we do. Do you want it in or no? I don't want to waste our time. Your brain is very intelligent. And like one of the goals of your brain, this is, just from evolution, is to conserve energy, to conserve calories, because calories are, limited. Especially back in the day, you had to hunt and you had to do all this work to find calories to actually eat and survive. And so your brain naturally wants to conserve energy. And so if you believe something of, hey, this XYZ activity is not going to be worth my calories, you're going to act accordingly. Or your beliefs drive actions. And so that interpretation leads to a certain outcome of you obviously not closing the deal. I've seen this happen so many times. Another scenario, this was probably a little bit over 2 years ago when I first started Acquisition Pilot, our company over here. One of our clients we worked with actually worked extremely hard. He took all the actions that we asked him to take in order to see results and grow his business, but it didn't work for him, or it did not work. So what we ended up doing is refunding him. And we apologize, of course. Hey, sorry, man. We'll have to refund you. Can you give you the best guidance in terms of going forward? And we learned from our mistakes there. We learned in terms of, why are all these other people succeeding and he didn't in this scenario? So we analyzed the situation, got better, and we haven't had to do that since. All right, so that's a scenario right there, something that we learned from. That's interpretation right there. That's actually positive. That's beneficial. All right, so if you have to refund a client, for example, you can interpret that as, okay, well, let me learn from this. Let me get better. Let me see where we went wrong and try and solve the situation so we can still have positive word of mouth out there. That's a positive interpretation. Or you have the interpretation of, screw this client. This guy is just lazy. He didn't do it. This sucks. I'm going to lose money, blah, 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 all this crap. What's that interpretation going to lead you to do? Nothing. Probably burn bridges. Probably have bad word of mouth out there. Probably not learn from it and get better at your fulfillment at all. All right. So different interpretations drive different actions. So interpretation awareness is all about being aware of your interpretation of the situation. Becoming aware of it allows you to change it, allows you to actually transform how you react because of it. Our beliefs drive actions. So if you change your beliefs, you're going to change your actions as a result. And so as a default, you should always try to take on the interpretation that will be beneficial to you. All right, even if it's a little bit crazy. All right, so this is a great interpretation that I love to call out, especially if it's during the summer months or during the holidays. I'll see a lot of these coaches online that complain and cry it's just a bad season for people to sign up for my program. It's the summer, they're traveling, or it's the holidays, they're busy right now. And it's all utter crap. All right, my business and obviously the 200 plus coaches we work with, I see a ton of data out there in terms of, hey, when do coaches hit record months? And I will tell you, there is literally zero correlation between certain months besides January for fitness coaches. That's the only one I will say that crushes it as a positive correlation to more record months. But besides that, you can hit a record month in any month, in the summer months, in November, December. Or we've done it before. We've seen lots of other coaches do it before. So why can't you? All right, even Even if there is some minuscule amount of truth to less people buy during this season, even if that's somewhat true, it does not benefit you at all because it's a victim mindset. It places you in the mindset of, well, let me just give up. It just is what it is. I'm not in control. Instead, what you could do is, hey, I'm going to hit a record month, and this month what I'm going to double my inputs. I'm going to double my marketing efforts in order to do so. And so you just make it, you force it into existence. Or interpretation. Or you have to be brutally aware of this because it will plague you if you're not aware of it. Or the first step is being aware. So this is the mindset thing that matters the most. How do you interpret things? How do you perceive things? All right, this will either screw you and make you fail forever, or this will help you succeed. All right, every single successful person that I'm friends with, that I see, they have this dialed in. All right, they interpret things in a manner that benefits them, that serves them long term, even if it's painful short term. You got to realize this. So that is a video, interpretation awareness. Take this into account and change your beliefs so it actually benefits you long term. All right. That is the video. If you are an online coach and you want my help scaling your online coaching business, go click the link below. I have an offer for you. So check that out if you are interested. Click the link below. But I will see you in the next one. Peace.